Well, we are back for another week. Now at week 4, and that is week 6 of the Footy program completed. So this week that went past has been interesting. I've started my TAFE course with the Hawthorn Sporting College, and so far it's been very interesting. So before I talk about my first week at the Hawthorn Sporting College, I'm going to talk about week 6 of my Footy program. So this week it's been very interesting. Since I go to TAFE Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I have to change my routines now. So it's more for Wednesdays because Monday I'm at the G, but I start at 12 o'clock. So I have to be there by 10 to 12. So I can still do my running in the same time as I usually do before TAFE. It's more Wednesdays because I start at 9:30 a.m. at Dingley in the Hawthorn facility, which will take me about half an hour to get there. So I'm short in time with my trainings and school. So basically on a Wednesday, I'm short on time, and which gets me stressful because wherever I'm short on time, my mind races and goes, shit, you better get this done, which creates a whole lot of stress, which kind of stuffs me up for the day. But we move on, and I hope in the future weeks it'll be much more easier. Hopefully, not guaranteed. So the rest of the week was normal. Thursday gym, Friday running, Saturday gym. So for the Friday session, I did like a fartlek run. I'll show you what I did that day. And the target distance I had to get was 4Ks. So 4 kilometers basically. That was a set target. So which I got actually 4.75 kilometers, which is actually good. But that also the 3-minute rest in between. I'm sure that counts because when I rest, I keep on walking. That's what coach actually wants us to do anyway. So I'm sure it counts anyway. So my target distance was 4 kilometers and my total distance was actually 4.75. So I was 750 meters above my target distance, which is well done to myself. I actually feel proud of myself that I actually got it. I thought I would have gotten less because by the time I finished the first set, I got 1.3 kilometers. That was my Footy program for the week. So now off to Hawthorn Sporting College. So my first week at TAFE was very interesting. So we were at the MCG for our first class, right? And it was very interesting. We were in the Nissan Cropper box. So basically where the rich people go and watch the footy. You're undercover, you're in a box, you have meals, beers, whatever. It was actually a great view, looking outside the window at the G where you'd be watching the games. Obviously, if it was game day, you'll be watching the game day. No shit, Sherlock. It's a great view. But yeah, so straight off the bat, the teacher goes, from each table, you're going to go around and you're going to stand up and introduce yourself, say your name and what sport do you play. I hate doing that. I hate standing up in front of everyone and bloody talk and say shit because I stutter, right? And I stutter bad when I'm like nervous and like in shock. When it got to my turn, I stood up and I said my shit and it went actually well. But what I didn't say footy, I said AFL. So I play AFL instead of playing footy. If I say footy, I'll go, I play footy. When I'm like nervous, I stutter and like I get stuck on certain words. I can't even say the word Greek because if I do, I'll go gr. Like I get stuck in the G, the gr, because how nervous I am. Like I even, so I met someone, right? And he goes, "Are you Wog?" And I go, "Yes." And he goes, "Me too. I'm Italian." And then he goes, "What Wog are you?" Man, I go, shit, I gotta say Greek because I'm Greek. So, and then I straight up said, look, I can't say it because I'm gonna stutter. So I will write it down. So I wrote it down like a mute. I go write it, show you the paper. Fucking, yeah, that's how bad it got, man. But yeah, Monday's class, and it went from 12 to 2. So it was a short class, met everyone. Well, not everyone, but I met a few people. So Tuesday comes and it was online. So I hate showing my face online. I don't know why. I know it's just me, but I hate opening my camera online. So I'm there, this was after my gym. So I was making breakfast, 4 eggs, 2 toast, and a protein shake. So yeah, I'm there, and then he calls a roll. And then he goes, when I call your name, say your favorite footy player or sports player and your favorite food. So when he went into my name, I went to talk, but my mic was stuffed. I mean, my mic wasn't turned on. So yep, that was a great start. So after all that, he separated us into different groups and we had to discuss what is leadership and an example of leadership. So we did that. So he sent us to different groups, and me, being antisocial for basically all my life, I was frozen there. While my other group mates were discussing, I was like, what do I say? About 5 minutes was done. He all call us back into one call, and guess who picks the first one to say what the group talked about? Me. He goes, James, tell us what that you have discussed with the group. and apparently this is where I stuffed up my group. Right, I don't know. I haven't discussed what we talked about, and the teacher took it as my group did nothing. Really, my group were talking, and he took it as we did nothing, which I mean I did nothing. So our next task was we're going to our same groups again, and we're going to discuss a famous person, a famous leader. So once we set up into our groups, the first thing my group mate said to me was, "So James, are you gonna tell the teacher that we did nothing?" Like I didn't say that. Teacher took it the wrong way. So look, I said I apologize for that. I didn't mean in that way. So yeah, so I think I already made a bad reputation on myself. And when I do that, I'm fucked basically because I've done it in the past and no one respected me ever again. I hope they've forgotten it by now. But so what I did was I took initiative and I said the first one. I said John F. Kennedy because I typed up ChatGPT in the next tab. And I wrote a famous leader, and he came up. And then some other guy said, I forgot his name, but create a car company, blah blah blah. And I said the next one. I said Luke Hodge. So I did John F. Kennedy and Luke Hodge. So yeah, so after that, teacher called us back, and one of our group members got picked, and we said, "Oh shit!" It worked out in the end. I know online's gonna be a shithole. Anyway, at the end of online class, I was a bit frustrated. I've been getting flashbacks from my last TAFE course where like the teacher always talks and I just don't know what to do, and that's when I gave up. And I just hope I don't give up. I actually ended up breaking my computer because how frustrated I was. On that day, I actually bought a new one straight away. Like I was in a bad mindset after that day, man. Like, can I do this? Can I fucking do? But look, Wednesday came and it was obviously better than Tuesday. So Wednesday came. I'm gonna try to keep it short. So from 9:30 to 12, we did lacrosse. So they bought this coach that does lacrosse across Victoria. By the way, that person actually does lacrosse. They actually operates lacrosse in one state. So only her. She actually travels the entire state of Victoria for lacrosse reasons. So she taught us lacrosse, but she taught us more of a lacrosse version for the ages between 5 to 12. So it was like a mini lacrosse. And at the end of lacrosse, we did this test. And if you pass the test, then you can actually coach lacrosse. But you teach lacrosse from 5 to 12 of age. So not the actual full game for adults. You can coach the kids from 5 to 12 on lacrosse version for kids. So from 1 to 3:30 or 4, we did this class. It's a fitness class where we were put into groups and we have to choose 2 dynamic stretches, and we had to demonstrate our stretches to other groups. And yeah, it was a bit weird. So I did lying down bicycle crunches and inch-rams push-ups. So when I did mine, the bicycle crunches were actually alright. Like they were good. People understood that. But when I did the inch-rams push-ups, fucking I became a laughing stock. I even laughed at myself. I did it so wrong. So in the future, I actually did lunges instead. And the teacher goes, "You can't do basic stuff before we did the showcase stretches." But I went, "I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna do it," because my second one was fucking embarrassing and I don't know what the fuck to do. So I just did that and I had to present it like 4 times in 4 different groups. If my past self knew that I was gonna do that, I probably wouldn't have done the course. But I did it, done it, good. And at the end of the day, it was good, man. Like I think the issue for this course is that the workload, because I don't know what the fuck to do, like with the work, like especially the Tuesday class. He was talking and talking and talking for the entire lesson. I just want to fall asleep, man. That's how shit it was. But yeah, look, I'm gonna try and do my best. Obviously, I'm not gonna give up straight away. Tell you what, I think it's good to present. Like I presented more 3 days than I did in my last 10 years. What makes me feel better is no one wants to do it. Group 1, my classmates, when they hear a presentation, they're like me. They don't want to do it. So they don't care about what you say, what you do. They're just worried about themselves, about what they're going to say. At the end of the day, it's only week 1. God willing, complete it all. If it wasn't hard, then it wouldn't be worth it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next week. Peace.